Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the Name, and in this video, we're going to talk about how I won a government contract in 30 days. That's right, 30 days. It's actually less than 30 days, but 30 days is a nice round number. Of course, there's different types of government contracts, different type of contracts that you can win. Some of them require you bid publicly on, like maybe they list the opportunity on sam.gov, or maybe like Bonfire or whatever a local agency might use, because most federal contracts are on sam.gov, but you have state contracts, you have local contracts that might be city or county. Of course, you have state contracts, and then you have federal contracts. So different agencies list contracts in different places. Different opportunities come from different places. But there is a little discussed area of contracting that does not typically put contracts on any of these places. It's kind of like a you gotta know somebody kind of thing, right? So how did I win a contract in 30 days? Well, what I did was I was actually a subcontractor on another contract. So while I'm out doing work, having to interact with different organizations, a lot of different organizations, and just building a rapport with different admin officers. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that too, because I just thought about that. But I've been building relationships with different admin officers, and I was able to get a micro contract. What is a micro contract? It is a small contract. It's not a huge contract that's millions and millions of dollars. I mean, maybe it could be, actually, I don't know. But it was a micro contract. I guess it could be, right? Because micro contracts are contracts that can be placed on the government, on the government card, on the purchase card, government purchase card. So they don't have to necessarily bid things out. It's certain things that the government is just, or different agencies or organizations just need to get done, right? Like they might have gotten a bunch of new equipment in, and based off of whoever installed the equipment, it wasn't part of their contract to maybe dispose of all of the items that the maybe the supplies came in or something. So they may have to create another little small contract with some organization to come in and remove the boxes or remove the trash or whatever it is. Or it could have been a situation that maybe the wind blew some things over and out into the walkway or something like that, and they want somebody to come in and get those things cleared out. And so they can bring in an organization or a person for a low amount of money who could fall inside of the government purchase card amount, and they don't have to necessarily put that out to the public if they already have a working relationship with somebody. So I had an opportunity, I did some work in this space, and like I said, per contract that I was on, I wasn't required to, do, I'm not gonna say what it was, but I wasn't required to say clear things out. I was just required to do a job. And so the guy who's the admin officer, which I guess I could discuss admin officers now, but the admin officer, a lot of these government organizations, they have what we call them admin officers. Mostly that's what I see. Mostly it's called admin officers, but they have a person who is kind of running the office. They're kind of just making sure they're not necessarily, let's say you have an office of accountants. The admin officer is is more than likely not an accountant, not really a secretary or anything. They're just kind of making sure that things are together in the office. Like they'll make sure there's any kind of alarms that tripped or need to be installed, or any kind of work that needs to be done, any kind of work order items or anything like that. they're kind of just managing the office so that when the accountants come in, they can just do accountant stuff. And when, there's an issue, their computer won't power on because the power is out in the wall, then the admin officer gets the call and say, hey, can you come check this out because there's something going on. And the admin officer's job would typically entail making sure those things are together. Anytime contractors need to come in, they usually deal with the admin officer who's managing that space. And so because of things that I was already doing, I was building a lot of relationships with a lot of these admin officers. And it was always, hey, if you ever need anything, just let me know. Just let me know. And so, we had done a job and the guy called me and said, hey, do you know anybody who could take care of this thing? And so I was like, sure, what do you need? And he told me what he needed. He said, he can pay for it to be done. And I'm like, sure, we could definitely get it done. And we got it done. Now that conversation started, I was looking at my thread here. I got his contact information on the 3rd. And we discussed. About 3 days later, he called me back. He called me after about 3 days because, like I said, I got the information from doing different jobs or whatever, doing the job that I was on for the subcontract. And so got his information, just like, hey, so when I'm over here, are you going to be the person I need? I was told that you're the person I need to contact. My name is this. We're going to come in and do a job. 3 days later, he gives me a call. He said, hey, can you come talk to me? I want to show you something. Shows me. He said, hey, you see all this stuff? I'm the admin officer. I don't have anybody here really working here because most people are teleworking. I need the office to be nice. What would you charge to dispose of said items that we were the cause of, but either way, it wasn't in our thing to do anything more with them. So he reaches out to me and he says, can you give me a quote on what it would cost for you to do this? So I estimated, gave him an estimate. I walked, ran some numbers. Me and him discussed a few things. I sent him an email. Hey, this is what I would charge to do this. He said, great. It was a bit of a discussion for a couple of days. He said, great, let's do it. He had to talk to his, management about things, or his team. And so they spoke about what it was going to cost. They agreed. And so I completed the job after everything was said and done, sending back and forth the verbiage, making sure the verbiage was right in the proposal. I was sent things back and forth, and we agreed on the proposal, and then we actually went and did the job. I was trying to do it with several people. I had several guys, because I already had about 10 or 11 people that I was working with on another project, on the subcontract. So I was giving them an opportunity to come and earn money, and only 2 people showed up, which caused me to have to go out there as well, because it was a lot of work for just 2 people. Like, I was thinking 11 people could have done it pretty quick, but 2 people showed up. I paid them very well. I paid them very well because I appreciate them for coming out. And then I joined in. And because nobody else came, I received a lot more of the pie than what I was about to share with everybody else. And so everybody else just went home. They were happy with the contract that we were working on. They didn't want to even do anything else. But the other 2 guys, it was like, let's get it. So they came out. We knocked the job out. And, that was kind of that. I believe it was about $2,700. I think it was like $2,700. And we did it in, I think it was 2 to 3 hours. Let's say 3 hours. I don't know. Might have been 2 hours, but let's say 3 hours. Let's say it was 3 hours. So in that period of time, I think I paid them like $225 a piece. Oh, maybe it was $2,900. Oh, let me run the numbers on this. Let me look at the numbers on this. As a matter of fact, I got it in my QuickBooks. So let me just see. Let me give you the actual amount. So like I said, it wasn't anything crazy, nothing life-changing or anything. But I did a prime contract. I was a prime on that. Okay, this is not showing me. Let's see. Looking at something else now. That ain't gonna work. I have to like go into this because, okay, here it is. All right. Yeah, it was 2,900. Yeah, so it was 2,900. I paid my guys $225 a piece, and so that was $450, and I kept $24.50 or so, right? And so must have taken us about 3 hours to do the work, and that was about $800 an hour that I profited, outside of paying me. Like, I'm not saying paying me, but yeah, I guess you could say paying me. But yeah, so my profit was about $800 an hour for 3 hours. So I made like 2,400 or something. So it was cool for sure. And we completed the job. Let me see what day we completed the job. I'll tell you exactly. We started on the 3rd. And we completed on the 27th. Yeah. So we started on the 3rd. We started on the 3rd. I think I submitted my proposal on the 6th. He contacted me on the 6th, and we finished by the 27th. So in 21 days, won my first contract. I was a prime, submitted my proposal. It was accepted, did the job. I made $800 an hour, well, $800 per hour for 3 hours. It was good money. Paid my guys. They made $200 something in 3 hours. It's good money. Let me see what they were making per hour. If it took us 3 hours, I paid them $75 per hour. You hear me? $75 per hour. That's good. Yeah, I paid them $75 per hour. Didn't require any real brain work, just all physical work. It's good money, man. And that was on top of the fact that they was already making money with me on the other contract. You dig? So, yeah. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you want to know how to bid on government contracts, I have a checklist that you can get. It's called Rich Off GovCon. You know what I'm saying? How to bid checklist. You can get that in the description below. Right now you're watching Casino is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we out.